And now we can take you inside for a sneak peek. I talked with the Board of Supervisors. None of them would go on camera, but they say they understand it is a controversial issue. I'm actually here on the McCormick Farm property, and the crash is actually directly behind me. Wristbands were limited to 1,000, so most of these folks know that they're probably not going to get in. Brands range from department store all the way up to designer brand. There's no official date set for the removal of the dam, but we're told that it could happen as early as late summer, early fall. And now, after all that waiting, they can be booked. Live in Roanoke, Carson Krislov, News 7.
He was an old guy, he was hard of hearing.
On the corner of 13th and Dale in Roanoke is an empty house, but it didn't used to be. 80-year-old Harold Markham lived there for more than a decade.
He fed my dogs. I washed his clothes, fixed him dinner.
Just months ago, Justin and Megan Musser moved in too.
They would get out, they would just argue at all times during the night. They would, sometimes they would try to start like actual fist fights.
But they otherwise got along with Markham, or so neighbors thought.
Most of the stuff in his yard belonged to Harold.
Donnie Duncan says he was over at the house late Tuesday night and overheard a fight breaking out over Markham's car.
Got up and came over here, got my mom, told her to call the cops.
Early Wednesday morning, police arrived and found Markham barely responsive.
I mean, this is the first murder that I've ever seen in my whole life, right in front of my face.
Markham was taken to the hospital and died.
I mean, he was a nice old man. He really was.
Stephen Caldwell says he got a phone call from the Mussers Wednesday morning asking for a ride to the truck stop.
I was like, why? They go, we just do. They was talking about cutting her hair and dyeing it and changing their last names and everything. It didn't dawn on me until about halfway back of what happened, and that's when I called Crime Line.
I would never expect them to hurt him because he was such a nice guy.
On the Virginia Tech drill field, the Hokie Nation gathered for a night of remembrance and hope.
We come together in this twilight time to remember those we so tragically lost.
Once you step in and you see all the people with the candles, you get a very heartful, warming feeling, and you just all of us together.
It's a sad feeling, but it really does feel good to know that we have such a strong community.
I wasn't here, but I don't think that matters. I'm a Hokie.
You really feel like you are where you're supposed to be, and you are a Hokie no matter if you go to the school or if not.
They shall always remain part of the Virginia Tech family.
On this third anniversary of that fateful day, it's clear the Hokie Nation is on its way to healing. Carson Krislov, News 7, Blacksburg.
Carson, lots of folks out there already.
Yeah, honey, lots of people, and even more are expected. It's the 234th anniversary of our country, but for one Roanoke neighborhood, it's extra special. Greater Raleigh Court neighborhood of Roanoke.
It's just fun. You find all sorts of patriotic things.
Is the 1800 block of Greenwood Road.
It's a lot of fun.
On July 4th, they celebrate the holiday
4th of July
and their block.
I think it's because everyone can be together and have fun.
It all started in 1980.
I said, why don't we get together on the 4th of July? So we did.
Kitty Neese started the Greenwood Road Independence Day.
And the next year, we got a little more organized.
And it's been going ever since. Every year they have the parade, tasty treats, and you can't miss him, Uncle Sam.
The kids kind of love it. I did it one year because we had 3 or 4 people who dressed up in costumes. We had Statue of Liberty and somebody who dressed up as Thomas Jefferson.
Every year they read the Declaration of Independence.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
And say the Pledge of Allegiance.
With liberty and justice for all.
But this year, something was added.
Proclamation from the City of Roanoke. Now therefore, I, Nelson Harris, a complete, total, washed-up mayoral has-been, That's actually not in here.
A recognition for their celebration and for their sense of community.
We have a great love of our country and our neighborhood, and it's a time to share and have that special fellowship. And I think people who move here kind of recognize that that's what this is about. So.
And it's also what this holiday is about, coming together and celebrating our heritage. Now the fireworks are about to begin in just a couple of hours, so Holland, there is still time to bring your picnic blanket down and grab a spot on the lawn here.